Hello. My name is Kenneth Berenson. In this channel, we dive into the intricacies of the human energy system and how to maneuver that in the best way in the coming times on the planet. If you want to thrive as a human being moving forward, then really getting to know your human energy and moving past these traumas and these challenging situations to completely put an end to them. Then if this is interesting to you, then you are in the right place. So welcome to this channel. Most of the time we are working with Yeshua's consciousness and Gaia's consciousness. Those are the two internal energies that we have gotten used to. You can replace Yeshua with God, Buddha. It's this. We are using that, and we're using many other words too to describe that. We are guiding people back home to the real connection with this environment. That is what we're doing here. We are calibrating our system, knowing very clearly what the truth is and how to maneuver this energy world. Because that's where people trip up. It is the judgments, this one, that one, or the internal things, or the pretending to be overly nice, but actually you mean something else. It's all of those things that has to be cleared out, because that's not you. That is a trained behavior. That's all what that is. And it is important to correct that for your own sake, so that you are managing your energy correctly. When you manage your energy correctly, what will happen then? Because of the natural flow of energy, that's when you are plugged into Gaia. That's when Gaia and you are synced up. And that is the same as when you are enjoying yourself in watching the sunset or something like that. Something like this, right? And just sort of drifting off. Those moments can be more in sync with this moment, but it can also be drifting out in consciousness. And it is where communion is very easily maintained. When your body is in a state of relaxation, and for that, there needs to be all of these cycles with people. If you want to develop your spiritual abilities, all of these cycles with people and the cycles you have with yourself, they need to be corrected. And if you're interested to correct that, there's a link below. You can get started. We are taking you through that, the entire process. It is channeling with me walking the path, because with this body we went very deep and that was patterns with another being, and so we have untangled from that because we allowed for energies that was not correct. And it was the most eye-opening experience of this, of our incarnation here in this life. It was so eye-opening because it showed me my erroneous thinking, and we corrected that from the ground up with Jesus' help. It is very much thanks to A Course in Miracles that I am sitting here right now. We have studied that so much because we have felt that it is a calibration tool towards truth. When we were in the dualistic perspective, we were searching for truth. Where is it? And some things we could feel, and we went for it, and we learned, like many do, as you get familiarized with spiritual knowledge from the mind. But then there comes a time where you actually have to take your spiritual big boy pants or big girl pants on, you know, and not follow everyone else, but actually walk your path. That is what this will lead to. There are so many that are wandering and they are lost and they are just going from one thing to another, seeking something. What is this seeking? When what you're seeking out there is actually a reconnection in here. That seeking needs to be reverted to only focus on you. That's when you start to develop your spiritual abilities, when you reverse that and you start to look at yourself and you start to truly look at your own behaviors and see, not in a judgmental way, but see how well you're doing. Not you're doing bad. No, that's training. That is erroneous, twisted perceptions, those things. They are not rooted in truth. They are just trained. And so that is what we are training out of. And we are doing that ourselves because we are the only one that can do this. You may not realize this yet, but this is the most loving thing that this being can do for this entire experience that he have undergone. There's been a lot of transcending narcissism, transcending manipulation, just really getting clear on what the reality is here, so that you actually trust the right thing, because you're being taught to trust the mind, but the mind is just the training most of the time. It's good to keep an eye on that. That needs to be trained. And you are the only one that can train yourself in that. If you have a lot of thoughts, if you're distracted easily, all of these things, they are rooted in energy and the way that you are using, or not so well, your energy. That's all that it is. How much can you protect your light? Many beings don't even know what light is, what love is. It's not the same as you see in the movies. It can be, but it is an inside alignment, an inside depth, so that you are not so that you feel safe all along the way. And if you don't feel safe, act. Simple. You know? There is something to protect in this world. And that is your focus. You have been very mistrained of what to focus on. And what really bends the needle in your favor, so you can actually ascend in frequency with your body. It is a very it can seem challenging in the beginning, but it's just like anything else. I know you might not even believe this, but it is like riding a bicycle. When you learn this from the right source, you unlock something within you that very few people have. You unlock your own secret code, so to speak, internally in your energy, that unlocks your next step. And that is your compass. And that is a connection only between you and your body. I can tell you. You can't get it in a book, although you can read and see things on the outside and get confirmation on the inside, right? That's what we say, feeling the resonance. And so when you feel the resonance, and you will not feel the resonance to something that you have not even thought of or deemed as possible. We are a living testament that there is life after a lot of suffering, self-inflicted. We started to see, we're doing this. We are keeping this up. It's us. We need to change. Right? It was sort of like that. The realization was just like, hang on a second, what? I have the power. I don't want to do this. You know, like sometimes it's just like, I want to do this. I don't want to do this. I want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's a very simple, light-hearted muscle. It's just it's what your body wants. That's a good thing to follow. Not blindly, not giving your body whatever it wants, like sugar and all of those things, right? Because the body wants that too, of course. A good meal, yeah, bring it on, right? The body is it doesn't have the intelligence. That's you. You are part of that intelligence. You are sort of the woman or the man on the ground, so to speak. And all of your guides are like kind of whispering in your ear or sending energy, sending you good ideas. But you have to be the one that is connected to your body enough to hear it. Otherwise, you're going to be here and you're just going to roam around doing a whole bunch of stuff that was not really that important for your soul. The whole purpose here is to embody as a soul. And that can look very different for different people. It certainly did for us. We didn't realize that we were the underdog for our entire life. Pretending, you know? It's interesting. Energetically, we were pretending a lot on the surface. That's what many people are doing. We were living that life. So we know how it is. And we also know how to get out of that. And it is a training. And it is these 28-day consciousness shift that we are assisting with elevating our frequency every single day to the holistic perspective. It is a different way of seeing reality. It's a different way of operating in reality. And if you want to get started, there is a free 28-day consciousness shift. There's a link below, and we are looking forward to seeing you there. Okay. We also want to say that, just finishing up by saying that thank you so much for being here, by the way. And we are working very specifically on just being okay, being ourselves, and doing our thing, like recording, like, you know, channeling, even if there are other beings around. That's something that we are working on. It's very individual what we are working on, but we are working through that now. And so that is the level of that is the what are we trying to say here? I feel like it was a little bit of a trying too hard or something. It's so important to balance these energies. And that's the reason why I do it every single day. Because it is harmonizing my energy and I get to commune. And that's why I do it. That's why I shift in these 28 days, so that I stay in alignment with higher intelligence. There's nothing else that's more important to me. So, thank you for commenting, subscribing. We'll talk to you again in the next one. Ciao.